Welcome back to another episode here in our Houston Texans franchise. We're about to head to Week 12 where we're facing our division rivals, the Tennessee Titans, the team that is the closest in this division to potentially giving us a run for our money for the division title. We obviously had a closer game than we would have thought against a Rams team that we just don't see as that great. They're definitely improved, but not that great. But I will say, a lot of the reason why we even won is because of the defense. Christian Harris with 2 interceptions could even open up that conversation for Superstar Dev again, especially if he gets a breakout this week. He had 1 for a pick 6, so I'm assuming he's probably going to be the player of the week, which, once again, gives him a pretty good chance. Let's see what happens. No Dev up, but like we said, that player of the week award should be his, and it is 12 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. To compare that to the other side, Lattimore had 1 less touchdown, or 1 less interception and 1 less tackle, actually. Dak Prescott with another win for the Offensive Player of the Year or Week award, which could give him MVP or Offensive Player of the Year award. Thankfully, we're not on his side. Not that it probably matters. We've thrown too many interceptions so far with Stroud, I think, to win anything unless we really just dial it in and don't throw any more interceptions or fumble or anything like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, that's tough, and obviously Dak seems to be killing it. Like, he's got so many award wins, unless in between weeks he's just throwing mad interceptions. But looking at their offense, obviously, it's been up and down a little bit. Running has been pretty consistent, though, with Pierce, and Washington's been getting involved more. And obviously, a guy that really hasn't been getting involved that much is Boyer. I'd love to see what his season is looking like. We have 10 games played, and it's about 50 yards per game, which he's about on par for last season, which, I mean, last season was pretty good. So I guess he's kind of on par for that, but I was hoping he would have gotten even better and maybe even get to Superstar Dev. But looking at the defense, Sermon, he's played pretty well so far, but no breakout in sight just yet. Obviously, Stingley being back was huge, and it's going to continue to be huge going forward. Griffin's been a little quiet, but he's a rookie, and that's really all there is to that. Let's take a look at the injuries for both teams. Maybe the Titans have an injury. As of right now, we are healthy, and the Titans, who are 1 down, are also healthy. We have a rivalry game scenario we'll take a look as well at, but let's take a look at that team, see what the Titans are cooking up with. See what is going on. So Jared Goff, the quarterback, Will Levis, they said no. Baker Mayfield, he's the number 3 here. Looking at accuracies, though, I will say Jared Goff looking pretty good. Really good short accuracy, pretty decent medium, and then deep accuracy is a little on the lower side, but still pretty damn good across the board. Obviously, outside of throw power, I mean, Will Levis is just not even close. Looking at the running back, Derrick Henry's still here, but obviously he's regressing. Derrick Henry might be out of the division sooner rather than later. I mean, the trucking is not even in the 90s anymore. Looking at the wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, he's got maybe 1 year left in him. Elijah Moore is okay, but he should probably be playing the slot. And then Treylon Burks just hasn't developed yet. Okonkwo, he's always given us kind of like issues, but once again, not developing well. Left tackle's okay. Left guard's really good. Center's really good, or pretty good. Right guard needs to be replaced. Right tackle's pretty damn solid. The thing about the right tackle is Terrence Steele's always been one of those guys that his overall might not always be the best, but if you look at his ratings, he's an insane run blocker, and this team obviously wants to run the ball. I mean, that's really good. 85 plus for every run block. Obviously, the pass block's not as good, but it's still pretty good, right? 81 pass block power, 78 pass block. It's not bad. Left end, they should be in a 3-4, so this is the right scheme. Really good at block shed for this rookie Coleman. Simmons obviously great at both. Tart is, he's a good block shedder. They probably need a new DT sooner rather than later. Josh Allen's a really good edge rusher. Inside linebackers, they're okay. Landry's okay as well. Cornerbacks, they got a little bit talent here, but nothing insane. This rookie Barber with really good zone coverage could be something for them. Maybe should have kept it going with Farley. Byard's still here, and he's still pretty good. And then Hooker's pretty good, but just not the fastest. So, once again, a team that just, they're okay. They're okay, but, unless Henry or Goff does really well, I don't know if I see them as, favorites to win. They are 7-3 now, though, so if we did lose, this would be a little more interesting. You're facing a bitter rival in the Titans this week, and limiting the impact of Kevin Byard must be a top... Not really, though. Challenge him? I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, we're in a challenge. I'm screwed. By any means necessary, like he said, limited his impact has to be a top priority, and he's at the top of the list of players that we aren't going to allow us to beat this week. Ooh. Not allow. Oh, we could do that. I don't know if we will, but we could. I mean, like in theory, in like a perfect world. But let us do our weekly strategy. So, of course, they don't like to really throw the ball that much, so we're going to go to run inside defense. And their defense is apparently really good. Let's go throw it medium and then do our training. All right, 2 upgrades that matter. The other ones I just did behind the scenes are kind of like offensive lineman ones. Oh, no, that's so bad. Change of direction would have been really nice, but man, that's really bad of an upgrade. Oh, my. That is a worse upgrade than I would expect from a high-level running back that doesn't really even have much to upgrade anymore. Of course, Mr. Griffin, we're going to keep going power move or power rusher, try to get him into the 90s, which that's not really going to help him do that, but sure. All right, here we are in Tennessee for a Sunday night primetime game. Obviously, it is a big divisional showdown matchup, as they would be like a game behind us, which is crazy to think because we're 9-1 at this point going in. All right, we're number 17 is definitely a play, but hey, new team, new you, I guess. I don't know. But they would be a game behind us, and that is pretty significant. Obviously, not just that, but if they won this game, it would be, I would say that, the percentage of them making the playoffs is like 80-some%. So not just about beating us and taking the division potentially, but obviously just guaranteeing that playoff spot, which is definitely obtainable through a couple more wins, maybe 2 for sure, probably 3 100%, but 2 would probably be good enough for them. Us, I would say we're probably in at 9 wins, 9-8. Definitely nice to get to 10 just in case, but obviously you can notice that the uniforms are a little different. They will be receiving the ball in this one first. But yeah, the uniform's looking kind of fresh. I wish there was a little more options for the Texans, but obviously they're not like some super, super old franchise, so what can you really do? But kind of Oilers-ing it up, if you will, for the Titans. And Stonehouse, ironically enough, the former Titan, will get this one started with the kick deep into the end zone, which will be kneeled down. And some guys on the sideline is already like, okay, we're not coming out there, even though Okonkwo should be out there. I don't know why he's sitting there. Yeah. I don't know if this is an improvement. I think maybe they'd be all right with Levis, who at least has good throw power. We'll see what happens, but man, if they can't run the ball well against us, which I probably should have went a little bit heavier in to try and stop the run, they're probably in some trouble on offense. But you never know with our defense or with our, I mean, you just don't know. Gains 8, does Derrick Henry on a couple of broken tackles, of course. Just under 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty similar to what Pierce did last week, but just a little bit worse on the ground for yardage, I think. Billy and tight end, so many tight ends in. There's a guy wearing number 11. Might be an actual tight end. I don't know. Maybe he's a wide receiver and they ran out. All right, moving some players over. We'll cover your spot, Sermon. Don't worry. And we do tackle him, but that will be a first down. And Lonnie Glover, I mean, he actually lasted a lot longer this season than I thought he was going to, but injured. Is he doing the Pledge of Allegiance? Like, what's going on here? I don't know why, but I also feel like his elbow is really underdeveloped. I don't know if you can even develop an elbow, but I feel like he's going to get the elbow if he continues to get injured at this point. Oh, we kind of sold, but we get out there. Okay, up there's that. I was about to say one-on-one. I said something else. I don't know. One. Huge play for Derrick Henry, taken down by Derek Stingley. We really came out there blazing. And he won. And then that's Derrick Henry. I just love how when you look at replays, everyone's eyes are basically closed. It's like, is this like the no vision league? It is when I'm playing quarterback, at least. Nice play by Sermon against Derrick Henry. That's how you take those big guys down. As bruised shoulder, I mean, Glover's definitely missed time over the last season and a half, but most of the time it is kind of like, one game, rest of the game, and we are struggling. I got to get heavy. They have not thrown the ball once, and they're at the 30-yard line. Of course, I say that now, and we're bringing a blitz, and they're there. All right, Will. What a move, and knocked out by Stingley. First throw is a kind of low throw power throw, giving Stingley a chance, because he was backed up pretty hard there. Treylon Burks against Griffin. I feel like he could body him up. Griffin? Oh, my Lord. At least we have to cover a running back that's blocking, and that will be a throwaway. Really good coverage in man, and I think their lack of wide receiver talent is really showing up on that one. I mean, there was a lot of moving pieces. We kind of felt like we were in the wrong spot. Let me get over to... No, okay. Oh, it works, though. It works. Get out of the way. Never mind. Will with the recovery. No points for them. If I could have gotten to Christian Harris, that play never exists. I was going to pull Christian Harris off last second, drop back, and instead Christian Harris comes in free and strips the ball. Goff maybe lucky to not get concussed. Head kind of slammed hard. As C.J. Stroud's going to get his chance now, the Titans, decent little drive, but then they went to the pass game like we talked about and just struggled. Tons of touchdowns, a lot of yards, and sadly a lot of interceptions. Go with a stretch play to start it off. Not the most athletic team. They got Simmons on that edge, which is good for them, but at the same time, if he doesn't break that shed, I mean, you're looking at a first down because he can't keep up, and that will be a first down. 11 yards gain. Nico Collins. Boyer could be an option. And I knew we weren't going to get enough time. They brought a lot, and I was like, ooh, they might actually give us a chance here to take a big shot, but not going to happen. Thankfully, though, got rid of the ball, so we're okay. We didn't, take a sack, which would have really derailed this thing. Oh, wide open. It's going to be a hold. Talked about getting Boyer more involved, and he gets hold, and we get a hold call. Oh, that's beautiful, huh? Just love that. Tunsil, of all players, too. I think he is going against Josh Allen this game, but that's still really unfortunate. Huge play negated. I mean, how do you even get... I guess you maybe run to throw him off guard? Yeah, I mean, we get, 10. We got 8 yards. I mean, 8 yards is a lot of yards, to be fair. So, let's go back to Washington, but on the screen, they do have 5 players down, which means if they don't read this, they're going to have less players out in space. And that's a good throw. And Washington gets close. Might be enough for a field goal. 4th and 4 is not guaranteed. They're telling us to go for it, which is... I mean, it's a decision. To go from 2nd and 20 to a situation where you reasonably can go for it is pretty impressive. Boyer, there you go. Perfect throw. Caught it. Did not expect him to have to dive, so I kind of got a little excited there. I mean, the man doesn't have great catching, so, we've seen him drop that ball several times, which, I mean, in fairness, is kind of fair because, you kind of have to jump out for it. And, oh, my Lord, and there's a fumble of our own, and they're going to recover it. Was that Josh Allen that got another beat on Tunsil? I don't know who it was, but somebody came in literally untouched from that left side. And I can't really see. It looks like it. Wow, Tunsil's getting cooked. I mean, he's got the help of the running back. Wow. All right, quarterbacks both fumbling in scoring positions, leading the game to still be 0-0. Can't get off the line, and there goes a one. Oh, my Lord, that literally played it to the wrong player. Can't tackle him, and Will Anderson, of all players, has to chase him down 40 yards down the field. That's insanity. All right, I guess we just got to bring a lot of players. Blocks have been terrible, and Henry in space. I mean, he don't... Oh, that's a great play. Good freaking filtration, but yeah, he don't play when it comes to those one-on-ones. He will throw you down 9 times out of 10. Going to go with the mid, but I think we actually are going to pull off Harris this time. It might still lead to an... Oh, no, it doesn't matter anyways. And he kind of fights forward for a gain of about 8. More, getting a lot more than I thought he was going to have there. I mean, it's kind of a smaller player. I think you got to get aggressive here. You got the tight end. Read op. Nope. And one-on-one, he's actually going to be short. Scott with the help of maybe Christian Harris. Okay, those guys are both pointing. And they're like, you know what? We know how this thing goes. We're going to take our points. You just never know with a game like this. Both teams had a chance to score on their first 2 drives, or on their first drive, both, drives. Neither did, and they're both in position. So you never know. It could be... Crazier things have happened. 3-0 victory. You just don't know. Donaldson going to get himself a chance with only 3 minutes left in the first. Really tells you how lacking of the scorings we've seen. Oh, my Lord. Blocks are terrible. Don't even get to the 20. All right, let's go to the right. I know Harold's a superstar, but... Oh, nice slip off. Pierce showing off he's an elite running back, too. The slip-off is beautiful. I didn't think we were going to get off that. I kind of didn't even expect us to need to break a tackle. Blocks look pretty good, and then they just disappeared. Let's go with the handoff to Washington, who isn't really going to get much, about a yard. Got the RPO. That stretch has been kind of nice. You're really into yoga. Can we get to that edge? Oh, what a move. Pierce trying to stiff arm. Gets about 7. Trying to take some notes from the other team's running back that knows how to stiff arm. Washington on the inside. I mean, nothing's been guaranteed. They are not on Collins, but I think this is a guarantee first down if you run it. And I think you take the guarantee every day of the week, and then you hurry up and see if they have the same look. Which, not really. Might be able to get a quick throw into Ford. Ah, I still had him probably. I mean, good gainer, I guess, but I canceled the play action. It didn't listen. I don't know if it's because they're in the zone. I don't know if that's, what is it? No, it's not that. I'm not really sure, but it didn't cancel it, so I didn't really get to see what I was looking at. I mean, he's not really open, but he's open enough, and he cuts up field pretty nicely. Gains about 6. I feel like Farley's been in a really good spot most of the game. Got a long play action play, it seems. Yeah, this is a long developer. I guess I should just take the tight end who's literally waiting all day. Get some blocks! 31 yards! Wow, to think that short little play. Okay, dude. Yep. Don't influence him. Damn it. Rudolph, don't do that. Don't influence him. Oh, wow. Really good blocks. The team feeling it. Perfect blocks down the field. I mean, Nico is just like one of the best wide receiver blockers in the entire league at this rate. I mean, he just had to walk. He really just did it. I mean, the blockers did them all. And it will be the start of the second quarter, 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain on the ground. Rushing yards, we're actually not doing so badly for ourselves, but they have 0 passing yards, so it's not even close in that category. So running game, you can argue it's pretty similar-ish, but passing game is not even close. Their pass game is useless. We'll say, though, this is a streak from 82. We got to follow this. We have no choice. We're going to obviously give that underneath up, but there's no safety help there. That's a gain of 30 minimum, and no choice. Which normally that play is going to leave that open. I think you gotta pick your poison, and the poison I'd rather drink is the one that isn't going to kill me. As Sermon gains about 9, Hopkins injured on the block, and I don't know what's going on here. It looks like he's tying Clayton's shoes. I think if they go to the sideline, it's usually okay. At least that's the way it was for Glover. That center is small though. I don't know what we're doing there. Oh my, I tried to run into him, dive at his ankles, and just dove into the ground. Glover obviously back in. Spin move, beautiful. Getting blocked. Oh my lord. Will Anderson's a monster. Had to break through 3 players and was still the first one of our edge rushers in. Or just defensive linemen in, for that matter. Harris might even blitz. Really should not have. Chance for Clayton. That was just a bit too congested. And he throws it right into coverage. I mean, there's just maybe the guy he's actually throwing to. Nah, this is not good. Maybe left. Maybe the guy's actually throwing to is open, but obviously you got to look at the coverage as a whole. If the corner looks back at the quarterback, it's a GG. And this option play does not look good. I think you have to hand it off no matter what. And Pierce will get close to a first down. All right, we got Wham. See if Boyer wants to reciprocate some blocks, which he does. Great job. Huge block on a DT. I mean, Boyer's not tiny, but that DT with some momentum. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't just throw him to the side. Got this play action play, which is always a little hit or miss. And we just waited enough for Nico to get involved, who obviously always will. Even if he has a slow game, he will get the ball. He's going to get a catch or two. He's never going to come out of the game catchless. As that fade look with Collins is an option. Not really open. There goes Ford. If it's not behind him, Ford can show off that speed. Unfortunately, though, is behind him. And audible to a run because they are really scared of this pass. And Washington can't. Wow, he looks really slow on that cutback. I think it's just change of direction, agility stuff. Oh, fighting. I mean, he's not tiny or anything. It's always funny to me seeing people that are like small fighting dudes that are like twice their size. I really thought Nico was going to be a play. Boyer. What a throw! Can't get in. That would have been number 2. Talked about getting Boyer involved more today, and he has been, and almost had himself number 2 on the day. And this looks like a mad blitz, so I'm kind of looking at Rudolph and Pierce as my main 2. It's not wide open, but it's open enough, and he holds on for the touchdown. Rudolph usually not very good in those like possession wide receiver corner like hand fight battles, but you know, it's a good throw in front of him, and he held on. Beautiful play. Touchdown. Titans starting with a first down, and it was actually through the air, believe it or not. Oh, here we go. Oh, Murray. Oh, here we go. I say here we go. It's going to be a good play. He lost his 100-yard game. Obviously, unless he gets injured, he's going to have it. All right, let's not get too carried away here. Oh, we just pulled out of the play. Oh, my God. Henry still has that speed, though. He even gave a little wiggle in there. I was like, wait a minute, he's developed a wiggle? Nah. Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle in there. We got to pull back. Ow. Oh, my. I mean, that throw was ass, but let's be honest, he should have caught it. They're showing Sermon like he did something. At least Sermon, even as a rookie, was not like, yeah, look what I did. It's like, well, that would have been an 8-yard gain or more if he catches it, but sure, you did it. Oh, my. Burned. Overthrown again to number 11. What is Jeromepkr doing? He hates him. Let's go, Griffin. Oh, nice move. Off the edge. Hesitated. Still gets him. Sack. Griffin slowing down just a little bit just in case. You know, in case he gets rid of that ball or in case he tries to, like, step up. And he got him anyways. Jared Goff not seeing the field, I guess. And that will be a punt. Now things are starting to get a little out of hand. Oh, my God. Isn't that a linebacker? Donaldson maybe gets it back to where he started. I really don't think Nico gets out there for that block, though. No, he does. Nice. That's about as good as a juke move forward's going to get. It's so painful that he is so fast but can't juke. It is really, like, imagine he can actually juke. That would be insane. But he can't. Just before the 2-minute warning, so we can get away with a run, and we will try to break it all the way out. Couldn't. Got about 3. Mixing up nicely, I think. I think we've been mixing up the pass game with the run game, mixing up the players getting the ball. So far, I think so good. They're kind of ready for this entire play, I ain't gonna lie. Although they're not actually out there that much on Washington like I thought, and that corner really didn't get the edge on them. Kind of just ran out of room, really. We got ourselves a little out action. Might be a Boyer throw, though. It will be. Wide open. Has some room. Try to cut it back in because I knew we weren't going to get out of bounds. And 11 for 12 in the first half so far for Stroud. Don't get me wrong. They've been, you know, relatively easy throws. A lot of short throws as well. But still, we've missed those before. Boyer. Another really good play. Gets another first down. Going to stay in bounds, but right now clock is not a problem. We are moving. Might even have another Boyer player, especially if they don't... I mean, do I just change this to a streak? I mean, they don't really look like they're on him, and they're not. He's got some speed. Wish he would have switched the hand, though, so he could have had a chance at a stiff arm. But to the 3, Boyer's got himself a day, too. Are they going to leave him again? High point corner shot? I mean, that's pretty good by the corner, but not going to be good enough. And that's another touchdown for Boyer. Could have been 3 if he didn't get stopped at the 1. And that would be the second quarter, 21-3. Early on, it looked like, you know, the Titans defense was going to be able to hold up a little bit, and, you know, their rush game was going to be solid, but man, like we expected, that passing game is horrendous. 13 passing yards at halftime for this Tennessee Titans team. Looking at the Steelers versus the Bengals, another classic kind of matchup. The Steelers win that one by 7. We already have the exact same points as the Steelers do, and it's only halftime. Of course, Pickett was killer, even though he threw that pick. And then rushing numbers for the Bengals, not looking great. Then looking at the Jaguars versus the Colts, big game for us as we see the Jaguars beat the Colts by 3. I mean, that makes it interesting. Gives a better chance for this whole division to make the playoffs, but at the same time might just hurt those to make it where it's only 2 in the playoffs. But I got to say, I don't really fear this division right now. This is a weak-looking division. Even the Jaguars are just, like, not good all of a sudden. So, I don't know. But second half, really just run the ball and maybe just bleed them. They want to run the ball. We want to run the ball. This game could be over before we know it. Obviously, a pretty big couple of plays for Henry. He's doing everything he can. It's just, it's Batman stuck on a really bad squad, really. It's just not, Batman without his Robin. Of course, looking at that play action, run, throw, and then Boyer obviously just does the rest while waiting for those blockers. I mean, the blocks were perfect. While throw at medium worked for us and has worked for us, obviously I'm going to go to run inside as we want this clock gone as much as their run game is going to help us do it. As Donaldson can't really get to the outside. To the 21, had a chance there, but just once again couldn't bounce it. Pierce 6 for 55, so yards aren't really like, that bad considering the rushes are really low. But for the most part, like we've said in the past, we're just trying to play it how we think it's going to work. Whatever gives us an opening. I'm not going to just force the run because, we want to waste the clock. The pass game's there, we got to take it. Can't remember what that, it was like a throw out of sack. The one incompletion we had. And the pump fake works. It's going to go to the tight end, and then I was like, you know what? Rudolph's a little more open. If we force this one in there, don't think the guy can react. Doesn't. And just like that, big play. Can we double team this guy, or are we going to get sweeped out? Oh my god, dude. This no blocks, like, so broken. Like, why don't they engage the first player? I don't understand. If Ford can't get around on that, that's how you know things are bad. Get out there. Okay. We gained about half of the yards we needed. Pierce just didn't want to get out there. Strong flood. Ford. Trusting Ford on the route running, though. Oof. Maybe Nico. And we're going to get sacked. Yeah, then nobody was really... I mean, obviously Nico was about to get open there, but couldn't get the throw off. Took too long. And maybe Washington, but overall this is going to be a punt. I mean, Ford has improved on route running, so I was like, I'll give him a chance, especially with how fast he is, but... yeah, that went about as well as I thought it would, and that punt is pretty much perfect. Obviously, if he's not going to go to it, we could punt it even a little more inside, but I figured any more inside, and he probably fields that and runs upfield. So 91 yards down 18 points is a task. And we try to do what we do. Hopkins back in, but he gains 2 yards. Goff has 38 yards, but obviously with the sack yardage taken away, they consider it like 13 yards, so it is what it is. And back to the running back. I mean, these throws, Henry's doing everything for it, let's be honest. Let's not lie to ourselves. That should have been like 3 yards maximum. Bringing some heat off the edge. Their offense just sucks so much. Can't get out. Henry making plays, try to break it. I mean, look at him go to the 30-yard line. He's him. Imagine it was on like the Bills or something, or the Chiefs. Unstoppable. And, oh my lord, Will Anderson grabbed him by the shoulders. Will is a strong guy. Look, he's just like, why do I even bother? Why do I even try? Which, I don't think anyone's really blaming him for feeling that way. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Did he lose his zone? Nope, still a yard gain. Damn. But hey, we appreciate Tennessee wasting the clock better than we have. We're the ones trying to waste the clock. Club move, not going to work. Goff's got time. Throws it away. Are they not going to be booing? We aren't even a fan of the Titans, and we would be booing. We'd like if I was a Texans fan in the crowd, I'd be like, boo! Uncompetitive game that I traveled for. Boo! You guys are not adequate. Those are exactly the words I would use. Rough fighting words, to be honest. Those are the types of words that I would, I'd fight someone over. Play action. Dalton. He is open, but so is Rudolph. Should have set the feet. Incompletion, the worst thing you could ever see. They brought some players up. I mean, they're just asking for it at this rate. You're asking for the streak for Nico to work. Oh my, that's underthrown. Yep, that is severely underthrown. Well, I don't know if it said allow buyer to have one or less than one, but CJ Stroud really did not make that difficult in the slightest. He's open. We angled it top left, and the throw was horrendous. Oh, I thought it was a screen. And doesn't matter. Stingley wins the game for us. Pick six. Pick six. Not changing my idea. Damn it. Thank you, Jared. Oh, my Lord. For them to, like, get an interception and maybe wake up the offense to just, like, a pick right away. I mean, there's some openings, but Stroud just looks more open. Stroud has just enough speed. It's, like, perfect speed. Like, any slower, he'd be able to do almost nothing with his legs. Any faster, he'd feel like a mobile quarterback. Oh, damn, son. The number 68 just saved a touchdown. That was a big play. Gonna go to that right side. Could go to Collins. We'll see if it's open. It might have been, but they kind of stepped up. Pierce gains about 3. Trap inside zone. And I gotta say, it's working. Try to cut it left, couldn't. Kenyon Green kind of just blocking nobody. Not a lot of rushes for Pierce, even though we're in a game where we're winning. It's just, it's like I've said, it feels like the pass game is just really lethal as well. Trying to make something happen. Probably shouldn't be juking when we have an ability that's more power-based. Back to the inside zone. Touchdown wins us the game pretty obviously. And the cutback's crazy. Can't bury him as they're going to tackle us down to the 6. All right, they got 5 linemen down or 5 pass rushers. I'm so stupid. Just kind of threw it away. I did not expect the slants to be that open. That is my fault. I truly did not believe they were. I don't think they're going to cover this, though. I think Pierce is open for the touchdown. Maybe not, but Ford is. Beautiful. Wide open. Redeemed ourselves. Game's probably over. Well, they finally drove down a bit. 2nd and goal from the 3. We got Henry going against Hopkins. If this is a throw, we have thrown wide open. Holy. Obviously had a run commit. Derrick Henry's a problem. And they threw it for the touchdown, which is something I did not expect to say today. Also, maybe they know the math more than me, but I feel like going for 2 there is more sensible, right? Especially when you're down so much, I feel like you just need to go for 2 and cut any deficit you can any way possible. But in general, you get that 2 point, it's a 2-touchdown field goal game, whereas now it's a 3-touchdown game still. So, you know, I don't know why they did that. And they stop us. We stop them on 4th down. Touchdown to Rudolph, and the game is pretty much over as we're going to win this game 30-42. The stat pad is real. Oh, they stat padded too. 42-24. That was, I mean, that was too easy. We're going to have to play another one. Going to have to play another match. As, you know, if it's a really bad one where it's just, like, so one-sided like this, and we expect, especially if we knew it was going to be like this going in, kind of have to play another one. So, we're going to have Week 13 after we look at the stats and everything. As Jared Goff, I mean, he ended up finishing with some okay yards, but overall, it just wasn't even a close performance. Stroud, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 248 yards. Rushing for Pierce, 137 yards, 8 yards per carry. Better than Henry, I suppose, with 1 yard less as the long. Washington didn't get another carry for the rest of the game, which is a little surprising. Boyer killed it. Let's see what else. Brandon Ford was all right. Rudolph, 2 touchdowns. Nico and everyone. So the yards were low, but the touchdowns were good. Hudson finished with 2 sacks. Griffin with 1. Harris with 1. Murray with 1. Murray's killing it, dude. Clayton ended up with a pick. Stingley obviously had that pick while we were playing. And that is going to be it for game 1 of 2 in this episode. And Corey Hudson with an upgrade. His finesse is getting up there. 86. Can we get a +2? Am I asking for too much with a +2 to finesse? Apparently so. But he gets a block shed, which is, you know, if we get 1 to each, I'm chilling. I'm cool with it. Of course, we did not allow under an interception, but we should still get something for winning, right? It means quite a bit to win, especially against a division rival. There's always some extra intensity in these games, but we came in composed, got our work done, and took care of business. Really proud of everyone in that locker room. Your wide receivers will have +5 to catch in traffic and spec catch for the next game, which, yeah, I mean, if we're taking more shots, maybe. The Niners, tough team. A little bit of a short scheme team, though. Don't know if anyone would have done well enough. Maybe Boyer? Damn, for a breakout. Not going to happen, though. No player of the week either, and you can see that the Niners are 6-5, so they're not even having that great of a year. Quick look at MVP, which has Lamar at the number 1 spot, and our guys nowhere to be found, but we're winning the thing that matters most, which is the win column. Singh, that was a linebacker we were actually debating on grabbing. I think we're fine, though, right? We could have drafted him one point or another, but we're chilling. Lamar Jackson with 3 straight Player of the Week awards. That man has got MVP like wrapped, it seems already. But let's take a look at our roster real quick. See if there's any morale. Should we now? It's the same episode. Why even do that? Let's take a look at the injury report of the Niners. Take a look at their roster and then go into this practice setup. And of course, nothing for the Niners for injuries. Injuries have been pretty tame. We've seen a couple in game, but for the most part, they've been return to the game type injuries, which is a good sign. Opposite of what's going on out there. Brock Purdy, very accurate, but throw power is bad. So, how is that going to affect things? Did I look at the wrong team? I went to the 49ers, right? What's happening here? Am I losing my mind, or did I click the wrong team? Oh my god, what? Oh, it just didn't load, I don't think. So I definitely went to the Niners. Torn labrum. That must have been a pretty significant injury, which now makes sense for that 6-5 record, right? They're still a really good roster, but, going from Christian McCaffrey to what seemed to be like a 72 overall running back, that's a drop-off. And not even just that, but the speed difference. Brian Thomas should be the starter. Look at the speed. 6 to speed. Better, why are they using him? He's more powerful, but, that's not what Christian does anyways, so I don't even really know what's going on there, but receivers should still be pretty good here. Debo and Ayuk are ridiculous. Danny Gray's fast. They got some talent at that wide receiver room, and Kittle's still a really high overall. Where Travis Kelce retired, I know Kittle has always been quite a bit younger. Kittle's a 96 overall. That's kind of crazy. Left tackle Will Richardson. Pass block finesse. So finesse isn't great, but the problem is we have a power rusher over on that side. Aaron Banks, interior, is about 75 to 80 overall across the board. McGovern, he's a pretty viable, good center. Burford's decent, but, look at the interior blocking. Power is bad on both ends, and then run block base is really bad, but he's a finesse guy, so if he was a tackle, it would make sense. But, yeah, this offensive line really sucks. Drake Jackson, actually pretty good. Finesse is over 83 because that's a morale drop. Nick Bosa is a mad problem, obviously, with that 96 power, 99 finesse, and 88 block shed. DTs, Hargrave's still really good at getting to the quarterback. Armstead's okay, and then he's better at block shedding. Jerry Hooker, very athletic, run stopper. Fred Warner, obviously just an insane problem. And then Dre Greenlaw, really good as well. Block shed's not great, but coverage is. And then Charvarius Ward is a 94-man, 89-zone corner, which is really good. Kerry Anderson, a 5'9 rookie with really good man coverage, but not the fastest. So, our guys are very athletic. They might have a good day against him. Caden Stern's a pretty good free safety. I don't know why no one ever uses him. And then Hufanga's insane. But zone coverage is a little low because he's probably more of a run support guy with his ratings. So 84 is zone coverage there. Let's get our weekly strategy in. Normally I would say they would want to run the ball, but I think they're going to, I probably would say short pass defense in general anyways. And then we're going to attack their medium of the field, or mid of the field, as Charvarius Ward's a superstar as well. We've got some focus players. Let's get on to those and head into the game. And after our training, we have the fullback who has an upgrade, which, super significant, I know. Some random stuff, who cares? And then Ford, who's now going to be in an 83 overall, it would appear. Once again, medium kind of stuff is what we need. I don't know. You know what? Let's go playmaker, because we kind of want that juke move up now. I'm kind of on team. Let's get that juke move up. 1 to medium route, I guess. 1 to spec route, I guess, or catch. 2 to break tackle, 1 to juke move. It's something. What is that juke? Oh my god, why do we even bother? And 73 juke move, it's never going to happen. I'm just glad he doesn't get injured with that injury rating so low. But yeah, the Niners, let's get it. Definitely going to be a little bit of a longer episode, so if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your continued support. But headed on to this one, Stroud with a pretty good game last week. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Going Going against the Niners, who are a little worse than we would have thought, but once again, it seems like CMC was out for the majority of the year, I would say. It's pretty safe to say, as he's about to return next week on a pretty similar or serious injury, so I would imagine he was out for at least 5 weeks minimum. But the Niners, obviously still a team filled with talent, especially on that pass rush front side. And then obviously we have been, a little shaky here and there, but obviously got back on track last week with a really strong performance on offense, and defense was even better. Basically locked their passing game down until we started simming, and the game just started saying, well, here's some numbers. Oh, Gore on the Niners. But here's some numbers for you. You can have these. Take these on your trip with you out of country, but they're going to be getting the ball first, and let's see if we can continue this little win streak we've got going for ourselves and really pull away from this division, which is probably already basically won. But, the Titans, you just never know. But realistically, is there really any question of who the true champion of this division is? Even if we don't actually win the title, there's only one team you truly fear facing, and that's obviously us. Of course, Brock Purdy, wow. 22 touchdowns to 1 interception. They're only 6-5 with those numbers. Obviously, yards and touchdowns are a bit lower than our totals, but the efficiency of not turning the ball over, we went the wrong way, and the cutback left. I mean, Mason isn't very fast, and those numbers are pretty bad, yet he's cutting back. Yeah, let's point at each other. Let's point at each other. Of course, the first run, not the worst, but definitely far from the best. Going to give them 3 yards, and trying to make a move, can't, and that's overthrown. As Brock Purdy has, well, I guess actually underthrown would be the case, but to the side, really. Put a little bit more power on that. That's easy, as his guy is out there wide open. And here goes Christian Harris trying to get out to the running back, and Brock Purdy runs right into the rookie Griffin for the sack and the forced punt. We covered that outside pretty well. 2 routes running into each other pretty much, and I don't know about the left side because, well, it's not my job. As Donaldson's going to be returning this deep. Then we're going to cut it back to the left, which gives us a decent bit of yards. Get out of the way, ref. C.J. Stroud's numbers. We already know these numbers, but I want to see them again. Why not? 33 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 3,000 yards. Already have the yards in a season record. Could we actually snag the touchdown one this season? I don't know if we're on par for it, but it looks like a good season to me, so I got to imagine we're somewhat close. As we're going to run this ball first play, and the tight end with a nice block, helping on Nick Bosa, then getting second level, taking on another player, gaining 8 for Pierce, who had a very good week yet again last week. Going from the right to the left, Boyer, who also had a pretty good week, is going to be our primary target. Of course, Bosa's on that side. And we should be able to hit that throw. It's pretty easy. Maybe could have, nope, never mind. I was about to say maybe could have possessioned it, but got so much more after the catch. Boyer is really starting to develop into that deep threat guy as a tight end, and we might go with another play action from the right, from the left to the right this time, opposite, and that's going to be a Dalton Schultz throw, who will not score, gets blasted, but gains 6. Inside handoff for Mr. Pierce, and cutting back inside for the touchdown. First points of the game on a very clean, smooth drive. All right, Griff. Can't get the power, and they're going to throw it to Ayuk for a gain of 6. First completion of the game for them. The game did just start, in fairness, but still. Didn't have one on the first drive. It's not a good sight if you're them. Can't get off the block. Christian Harris one-on-one. Gets stiff-armed. Mason might not be the fastest, but he apparently has some power. He looks very tanky. There's just something about using a rookie pass rusher that, is trying to develop. Oh, my Lord, that was a perfectly timed throw. Trying to develop. It feels more rewarding when you actually get the sack, because it means so much more than a Will Anderson gets a sack. It's it's helpful for the team, but as far as developing him goes, he doesn't really need that. There's not really much he needs. But Griffin obviously is still okay. Oh, we made a pretty good play, and with help from the inside DT, I think will be a throwaway. All right, it's probably a run. Let's move everyone over. Oh, maybe not. I mean, it is a run, but the move over was not smart, and Stingley one-on-one makes the tackle, but I got to be honest, I really didn't think he was going to gain that 12 yards. I thought we had him, not wrapped up, but I thought we were going to have him caught in the backfield, and we just never got there. And the running back's out, but there's some pressure. Perfect throw on the run, trying to strip it, can't. First down, Ayuk. The coverage has been very good for us, and I keep lowering our sliders a little bit more in coverage because, once again, I think some of the players, specifically Griffin, are just a little bit too good in coverage still. And ironically enough, Sermon gets burned. Kittle with he got blasted to the leg. Thought he was injured there. Gained 7, though. Got a blitz coming. Let's go with Hudson. I think this is, no way they're going to run it with Juszczyk, right? Hudson makes a play, but an even better route and throw. Debo waking up in this drive, and they will score a touchdown to likely tie this up. That guy's neck is hugely long. Almost got there with the pressure, and just, it didn't happen. Stretch plays. Not looking super great, but we're going to do it anyways. Oh, I thought he was going to go for Hufanga. I suppose if you have a choice between Hufanga and Fred Warner, while not a fun choice to have to make, I suppose he made the right call, right? RPO, I don't know if I can read this over there. Well, we can, and we find some room. Yeah, I don't know if that's Drake Jackson, but he is hesitating hard. If he would have ran full blast at us, he probably gets us for maybe the first down, but nothing more. Instead, we gained a lot more. We go with the same kind of play, but this time it's going to be a pulling guard over there instead. And we're going to cut that inside, finds room, and Pierce will get another first down. The blocks on 0 run block sliders are pretty good so far. And I'm pretty sure this is a game where we kind of expected to throw the ball a lot because their coverage isn't as good, but we're cooking on the ground, so why would he change? Good play. Ford, obviously not the best blocker in the world, and they broke through the block that time. Play action. Running the ball a lot, but 2nd 11, do you really think it's actually going to be another run? Probably not. Rudolph, not really open, but open enough. Going for the guarantee. Catches it for a massive play against their best corner. And well, maybe it isn't because they have, I don't know who's who. They got 2 superstars. Is he open? He beat him. Is the throw good? It is! Touchdown City! 3 touchdowns back to back to back. This time it's going back to us. We will regain the lead. A dot. Collins with a catch and a touchdown for the pair, the duo. And, he just burned him. He burned him. He's got the size. Seemingly has the speed. That guy, too young. We start with a penalty on offense, a 10-yard penalty, which is definitely no easy penalty to overcome. I thought we were going to swat, and, I'm not really sure what they're gaining there. Obviously, you could see Christian Harris there try to punch the ball out. Okay. I guess continuing to punch the ball out, or some teeth, one of the two. Wow, okay, I don't know what that was, but sure. The angle looked so funny because it actually looked like he was beating the hell out of Kyle Juszczyk. Going to go after Kittle, and that should have been picked by Stingley. What are you doing? No team can contain us. No team can pass by us. Let's go with the rookie Griffin. Can't get off the line. Try to swat, get up. No shot he hits that throw. Of course, the pressure was just non-existent. There's no way he hits that throw. On the move. Don't even know why he was on the move. It seemed like it was a pretty clean pocket still, even after all that time. Oh, freaking idiot. Wow, what a play, Purdy. You really took advantage of that freebie. Even if they just coded it to where, the quarterback just chalked it up to the furthest receiver every time, even if you knew where it was going, I would still prefer that over whatever I just witnessed. You were literally going to, no matter what, gain the same amount of yards or less than the penalty, which would be a loss of down and your player being hit for no reason. Of course, looking at the numbers, very similar, and they are driving down for a potential touchdown to tie it, but obviously we do get a ball at half, so they should expect to be actually where we are, if anything, and then some. Maybe even 21 points, but still, they're competing. More than we could say about the last couple of opponents we've faced. And that's going to be another quick throw to the outside. Kittle, another shot to the shin area. It seems to be the magic spot to take him down. Obviously, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, so always tackle the big dude low. That's just a life lesson. Picked! Scott's fast, but Kittle had the run up. Turnover, Scott with the bait. You cannot sneak one in past us with 84 throw power. I don't know what he's doing. If he pump fakes and takes that shot, that's a touchdown because we were going shallow on that every day of the week, but doesn't do that, and that throw power is just, it's never going to happen. No matter what your throw power is, it probably isn't going to happen, but definitely ain't with that throw power. But edge, it's Bosa, let's be honest. Oh, he actually fell for it, although it's Fred. Ooh, Fred looking, I mean, not the fastest. Gotta say, we almost outran him. Bosa needs to stop. He's actually got the playbook. Like, he literally knows. And this is a tough one. Oh, it's a dot! On the run, Isaiah Wynn injured, though. On the run, Stroud hard back across his body. Hits the throw perfectly. But we do potentially lose our starting tackle. Going to go to the right, and the fullback picks it up nicely. That's going to be another first down, but this is coming back hard on a hold, which is crazy because it's so far back. I mean, we were like 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage at that point, or where the ball was snapped. Strained forearm. I seen forearm. I was like, oh, did he break something? But it did say he'll be back, so it makes sense. 1st and 19. It's a little late, but the release is good. It gets a little block in the back, and Ford shows off that speed, gaining 18 of the 19 he needs on one play. And it's a short play at that. Are they really going to fall for this? You got some motions and whatnot. This is like ultimate trickery. That barely works, but he got us like 4. Another Rudolph shot. Do they have it in them to stop this? Oh my lord, they do when they come with the blitz. Is that Drake Jackson? He looks so small there. Like he looks so thin. I thought it was a DB that got us. All right, let's set up this. Curl route. I mean, Nico's a big dude, so. Just shading to that side, though. And that's a really good throw. Tough delivery. First down. I mean, that's one of those ones you just have to stand in the pocket and take the hit. Perfect throw by Stroud. Delivers it to Boyer, who's now up to 70. I mean, Nick Bosa's right on him. That's a scary man to be thrown against. And Stroud, once again, shows why, even if he doesn't win MVP or best quarterback, whatever, he is hands down the best quarterback in the league. It's not even close. RPO over. Nope, we're going to hand this off. And what a play by Armstead, but still gains 3 because, well, he's being blocked and he's got a tackle. So the fact that he even got him is pretty insane. Oh, they got Bosa on the wrong side. I would love to throw that shot to Nico, but we have the numbers here, I think, for this stretch. And we do. Didn't really want to cut too hard. Nice push by Bell, who gives them the first down, pushing Pierce in past the line to get option. This is interesting. I feel like the option should go inside for sure. Oh, Ford. Oh, I don't know. I think that's PI. He didn't even get to the ball yet. Oh, he actually did. His arms are just weird as hell. That is a hell of a clickbait, but we're not going to do it. He gets blasted there. Oh, my. Didn't even see the trifecta. Let's see Nico, maybe. Oh, my God, Nico. A little overthrown, got to be honest, but catches it clean, I think, for maybe touchdown number 2. Let's see that. That left foot was questionable. The right, I think he planted before, but left maybe out. Once again, a little overthrown. Nah, he got them both. Bop, bop, easy. Touchdown. All right, they desperately need points here. We can control the game so hard if they don't get any points. I don't know what I was going to say, but that's basically it. We're just diving left and right. Just kept switching me to a guy that's just slightly off of where I wanted to be or who I wanted to be and where they were, but it is what it is. Murray. Couldn't get that time. Oh, that's going to be called a late hit. I didn't even try to. I dove. He then threw it, and then Murray followed through with it. It's going to be a 15-yarder, though, either way. Like, look where he throws it. He's throwing it there. I hit it right here. Like, it's a bit late. Oh, he didn't even take him down. They just called it for, like, potential roughing, even though he didn't even actually do it yet. Wow, okay, dude, that's some soft stuff. Oh, we missed hard. Good tackle. Clayton over there doing his job. 5 yards gained, but it could have been so much worse. Especially since we had so many players up. It might have been a touchdown, and he's slow as hell. That's saying something. Let's go back to Griff. Bull rush ain't going to work. A nice sit down. Try to strip it. We're trying to pop that ball out, and I mean, you just don't know. We may get that thing out. All right, Griff. Let's maybe go speed rush, even though he's not the fastest. Oh, Murray holds on, though. Debo with a really good catch. I mean, if they play this perfectly, they can, go to halftime down 7, but something tells me they either won't score the touchdown or they'll score it too quickly. There's no way they get it perfectly timed. Well, that might be it. Damn. We knew Clayton had bad hands, but wow. I mean, I didn't expect much, but I expected more than that. Screen pass, can't get over there. And I don't know what the penalty. It might be another late hit. If it's not a late hit, it's 4th and 1. Do you decline it? It's another late hit. Wasn't me. I was playing Hudson. Who was it this time? Lonnie Glover. Okay, I mean, the allegations of us being dirty would be out there. I'll tell you that much. But I will say, in theory, if they were going to play it perfectly, they can no longer do that. As there's technically no first down to gain, especially when you just get the touchdown. As Danny Gray will score it. 14-21. All right, from the 25-yard line, they are mad out there. There's not really a counter to this, though, based on the audible. That's a Boyer throw. Oh, my God, he holds on to that. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Boyer is just really good. It would be crazy if he actually had catching, yet he still has been catching the ball pretty well lately. Fullback, really? It's going to be the option, I guess. So we gained 9. Actually had a chance for more, but I mean, I didn't expect to even get that, let alone more than that. And they're not going to count out of bounds because it's not the 2-minute warning. Kind of sucks. What's even the point of me going out of bounds then? I went out of bounds because I thought it would count. And for good reason, I felt, but I guess we're not. Either way, it is what it is. I'm going to run the ball just for the first down. Feel like that's perfectly fine. So much clock left with 3 timeouts. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've been mixing it up well. Maybe that's why we're doing so well, but I feel like we've used almost everything we can. And there goes Ford. I mean, like, I feel like we've almost hit every single route. It's just, we've thrown everything. We've run like literally every route combination. Let's go the go route inside, which is a tough play for the linebacker to defend. And we're going to be in some trouble. That's a risky one. Not a bad throw at all, just perfect coverage and some pressure. That was pretty sick, though, the little jump pass. He's not really anyone open to my knowledge. Like, you can maybe force Boyer here, but not the cleanest cut. Safety's going to jump on that, and then the running back, he gets a few, but nothing crazy. Still just got to give it up to Stroud with some of these throws. Pretty impressive. And that's perfectly thrown in there, and Collins will hold on. First down to the 13. All right, got a shot with Pierce. Could go Rudolph. We'll see what the coverage is. Zone. Throw it away. Nice. Once again, taking another hit to get that ball out. Does the job. I mean, if you body up with Collins, you might catch this. Let's see. Oh. Boyer. Little overthrown. Blasted. A little high. A little high. I mean, Old Faithful. Maybe with like a hot pass to Schultz if they don't cover it. They covered it. Screen pass. Get the lead. No one's going for Fred. And then he goes out of bounds, too, which doesn't even help us. Either way, a field goal is a field goal. All right, 18 seconds left. There's no way they run it down 10, our ball at half with 3 timeouts. I know it's 18 seconds, but it's 3 timeouts. I mean, I guess when you get like 10 yards on the first crack, it's not the worst call. But we weren't even like prepared to like just straight up go deep. We had some players down. Try to swat it. Would have been the perfect time if the ball's going left, but obviously it wasn't. Cover 4. I mean, they need to get about 20-some yards, so I'm not really sure why they're going so short if they're actually trying to get something here. Oh, that's a perfect play. Picked off. Can we get enough? And we fumbled. Oh, no. Oh, did we get enough? I dove to get more yards and go down. Fairbairn with a 61-yarder with wind. And that's good enough in my book. And we're going to get another free 3. Now up by more than 14 points. Or 10 points, actually. We're not up by more. Okay, I forgot we didn't score the touchdown. Either way, looking at the numbers, kind of similar, but that scoreline is, especially after that field goal, or 2 field goals, really completely different. Looking at halftime now, honestly, we're such a good team now, I really don't care. I don't care about the other teams. It's about, can anyone stop us, not about what other teams are doing. At this point, other teams don't matter to us. It's all about us. That's where my head is at lately, at least. As Donaldson picking up some pretty good blocks. Mini hurdle, even though he's 6'6", so nothing's a mini hurdle for him. 31-yard line, not bad. So, seems like some people don't want us to run this ball. Oh, Pierce. That is a pretty big miss. Oh, that's 20-some yards. Really good blocking, I gotta say. They must have bumped into each other or something. Like, I really don't know how they didn't get to us sooner. Ooh, that's a tough one. Kind of caught him at the wrong turn. Still gains 8. Little misdirection. They got 2 players on Nico, but do they have enough for Pierce? And they do, because the DT makes a play. 4th and inches, up 13. You know what? They haven't played well on offense, and if they get a crazy push like they just did, you just don't know. Whereas this punt, we could legitimately pin them inside the 10. I fell for the, yeah, it's close enough, I guess. But I fell for the vibration on the controller. I knew it was slightly off. That's all you could tell. I tried to leave the accuracy a little long, but yeah, I mean, inches is close. Maybe could have went inside zone, but the way they've played on offense is just a little inconsistent. Get over there. Oh, that's a good tackle, but still 8 yards gained. You know, 2 interceptions, not the best. Clock will drain them driving down the field as well. Don't know why I tried to jump too early. Will! Oh, my, that's a big play. And he misses him. How does he hit the other throw but misses that one? That one's so much easier to hit, especially with the margin of error that he has. That just can't be a miss. It just simply can't. Oh, I missed it by an inch, speaking of. Oh, that's so close. I dove last second, but they just didn't give me the reach. And then I panicked, hit sticked, and obviously that wasn't going to work. Oh, crap, it's tight end. I wanted Scott. Oh, if that would have been. Oh, that's a big play. I was wondering why I didn't go to the running back, because the running back was even more open. But down to the 47-yard line, and the Niners are moving. Wow, look at the Chiefs versus the Giants. Close game. Let's go back to the pass rush this time. Let's actually go with Will Anderson. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my. A little bit too quick of a throw in there and almost picked off by Christian Harris, who is absolutely a ball hawk. I mean, a couple of sit-downs. Will Anderson chasing him down. Good throwaway. They need points, and I don't know if 3 is the type of points they need. Although they've got 3 tight ends in, I don't know what this is. Unless it's the craziest play action of all time. Oh, wow, he dropped back hard. And that's a good throw decision, because they need that first down, and they get it. The underneath that we were at first covering was going to get some yards, but not enough for the first, and they really need this touchdown. That's a pretty big play. Damn, he dropped back so quick, though. And we just run right into a blocker. Great tackle, though, by Petrie. All right, let's go Glover. Oh, my. Stingley. Picked! That might be game. Of all the players to test, why him? Why him? I just don't understand that. At first, I thought, oh, maybe he actually beat him. Got that speed, but nah. I don't know why we even contemplated that was a possibility. Nice cut left. Pierce should be on par to get his numbers like usual. Boyer overthrown, but caught. Thought that was going to be picked by Hufanga. Clean game so far, clean game. Boyer over 100. Getting to 30, it would be pretty much game, which is why I'm kind of like trying to play it a little safely. Game day factors, the kick and mover meter slows. I don't know what I just said, but I know what I meant to say. Oh, I'll get burned. Fred Warner over pursued and just missed him. Ah, it's a good fake out. Ah, good blast. I had the right bumper, but I thought when Hufanga jumped, he was going to jump. Dislocated shoulder. I have no idea how long that is. I thought he was going to jump the out route. Instead, he went straight to the running back, which, I mean, the blitz was there, so I thought he was going to, try to cover the only thing that could stop the first down. If he covers that out, he can maybe still get the running back, but if he goes to the running back, he can't cover the out. But it was a good gamble as it forces the game to still be winnable for them, or at least tieable. 2nd and 6, nearing the end of the second quarter. It's still, I mean, really anyone's game, but they're going to need 2 touchdowns, which obviously requires them to not allow us to score. Oh, that's a big play. Get off the block. There goes Debo after the catch, killing it. Still not down to the 40. And obviously 2-point conversions, which is, I mean, a lot to ask for. But with the clock they have, if they can just score touchdowns, it's possible. We have to cover someone here. Oh, that is, yeah, I don't know who that's to. That's just never going to be caught. Can he get over to Petrie? Okay, I guess I'm covering a Kittle. And there goes Debo, who actually loses yards with the slip-off, but hadn't he gone out of bounds, would have been a massive decision. Huge gain, but instead it's a 3rd and 3. Sermon going against Kittle. Out of safety-age. And there he goes! Picking the ball off. It was thrown to Debo. Instead it goes right to Sermon. And Brock Purdy, who has 1 interception on the season, now has, what, 4 total? Yeah, they actually did cover him. And that's tough. Blasted, but holds on. Really good catch by Rudolph on the slant. I mean, that's open. And Ford, it just looks overthrown, but it's almost impossible to be overthrown when you're throwing a Ford. It sucks. They have the sweep, but, like, what is this actually going to do? Like, there's just no way. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess the line lined up better than I thought. Ford, 1st down on the sweep. Never mind. We'll go for the play that's probably going to kill the in the zone. Oh, beats him one-on-one. Ah, tried it. Didn't happen. That was a beautiful try, though. And that will be a field goal for the game winner, assuming it's hit. It is hit, and at this point, it is time to just go to the end of the game. 4th and 4, let's kind of see what their plan is. I think this is one play where you don't give them a chance to throw. Oh, he burned me. It's not who I had to cover, but inside defense. Oh, that's a really good play to the outside. Oh, there goes Juszczyk. Tried to strip him. Didn't happen. Juszczyk with a touchdown. I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but let's be real. Onside kick attempt failed. Not really by many people's shock. And the read option. Slide for 3. Maybe could have got more risky, but the fumble's just too common with QBs. And it's a good throw. Kind of helps him. Still gets the 3. Field goal is an option, but I kind of agree with this this go for. Rudolph, I mean, let's see that drop if they drop him. Ford. Wow! Ford with a catch. How many times does he hold that one? Never. Oh, my. How? Well, it's a 52-yarder. It's not going to, like, win the game, but it'll make it harder for him once again. Be playing for the tie rather than the win. And he's in some trouble. Going to go back to Kittle. Gets blasted by Murray. I mean, Murray with no regards for human life there. Just blasting everybody. His own teammate even took one for that. We're in pretty good coverage as Purdy. Nah, dude. I can't, EA. I can't. Like, what are we doing? Honestly. Like, it's just not. Like, high schoolers, pee-wee players see that. Big play, blasted, but, I mean, without timeouts, this is becoming, you know, almost like are they going to even have enough time to get the first touchdown type of situation. We're out here, and he's going to get sacked. That, I mean, could be the game right there. Yeah, it's, I mean, I don't think they even get this ball off touchdown-wise before, yeah, it's over. He doesn't even go for the touchdown just to make it respectable. That'll be the game, 36-21. Some would argue that maybe if they had an extra 20-some yards, that would have been a touchdown-type play, but, you know, I don't know where you would get 20 free yards from and being able to go out of bounds. That would just make no sense. 36-21 is the victory, though, and, I mean, Brock Purdy with all those interceptions, and we still only won by 15. Kind of, you know, let off the gas just a little bit, but still we played a pretty damn good performance, pretty good game, and we will continue that winning streak with, I thought it was a halfway decent team coming in next week. Either way, though, Brock Purdy, like we said, with those 4 interceptions, that is 4 times the amount he had on the season. Stroud with no interceptions, yards are just over 300 yards. I mean, that's good. We'd like to see a little bit more touchdowns. Probably off par that touchdown record now, but still, it's a really good game. Pierce did not get to 100 yards, and I mean, we just didn't really run the ball that well. Their interior started to really pick it up in that second half. Yardage, catches, they've kind of had that. But Boyer killed at 110 yards, performing better than Kittle. Looking at Pierce, he was all right. Ford had a couple of big plays. Nico Collins burned off the line several times, got 2 touchdowns. Rudolph with 38 yards is pretty good. Defensively, Christian Harris with an interception. Same for Sermon, Scott, and Stingley. Sacks, Griffin with 1.5. Will Anderson with 0.5. And then Drake Jackson with his 1. And then Fairbairn with 5 for 5 with 3 extra points made. Quite a fantasy game there if you're playing the fantasy football. But anyways, even if we have upgrades, we'll save it for next. Okay, we'll do it now. I was about to say, because it's a long episode, but I mean, it's like right here. At this point, even though we need... we'll go for the stiff arm. I want to get to 90 stiff arm if we can. 90 stiff arm, 90 trucking, 90 this, that, and the other thing. Wow, trucking is 92 or 94 now, which is kind of crazy, though. Jukebox, Bulldozer, reach for it. It's going to have another slot soonish. But, yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that stiff arm up. Maybe we do go back to the juke move or the elusiveness. Try and get him more speed-type upgrades, and a spin move wouldn't hurt, I suppose. But, yeah, he is absolutely insane. If his speed was a little higher, he would be hands down the best running back. But statistically, he's kind of been the hands down the best running back anyways. It is the Panthers, so maybe I am dead wrong. I don't know what that game is going to be like, but basically 4.5 games ahead in the division, almost guaranteeing us the title at this rate. If the Titans lose this next game here, as we, when we sim to Week 14, I think we actually have it locked up already, but still would be fighting for that bye week for that number 1 seed. But anyways, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, though, I really do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content, which, let's be honest, he's selling. I said I want to do 2 a week, and I'd even do a single one. Actual seller. But anyways, hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, which tomorrow will be Week 1 of the Bears franchise, maybe some other video tied in.